Hi guys, today I'm gonna show you how to make those amazing waves. Now first things first, we're gonna create a new canvas, 8 by 8 inch. And then you also wanna create an extra layer because we're gonna have a background and we're gonna have a design layer. Now set your background to any color that you want. I chose blue because we're designing waves. And then I also go to the layer 1 for the design, choose black because I like to design in black, and choose any brush that you like to work with. And now we're gonna start designing. For this project I chose swirls because it went with the overall character of the map that I was working on at the time. But you can choose any other design that you like or is appealing to you. As long as you focus on the middle of the canvas, it should be fine. We will be flipping it a couple of times, so as long as you keep the middle filled the way you want it, the edges don't really matter. As you work on the design, the only thing that I want you to focus on is how much details you really want to include. If your current project already has quite a lot of details, you might want to think about simplifying the pattern that you want to use for the background, or in general the texture that you want to use in your project. You don't want to overdo it. And because my map has quite a lot of tree details and the mountains are quite detailed as well, I chose the background for the sea to be quite simple and include just a couple of swirls. As you can see, I'm trying for the middle to be as filled as it can be, so then it's less work in later stages to fill it all up. And again, I am not worrying about the edges, just trying to focus on the middle. Now that I am happy with the middle, what we're gonna do is choose the layers and duplicate each one of them. You can do so by swiping left and then choosing duplicate layer. Now what we're gonna do is highlight one of the design layers and one of the background, check that the snapping is turned on, and then we're gonna drag it to the right, just until the midpoint of the canvas that we're dragging aligns with the right edge of the design. And now we're gonna choose the other two layers and do exactly the same to the left. Now you want to merge the design layers with each other for one copy, and then the background to one layer as well. As you can see, the middle doesn't align at all. These were our edges on the left and right before we actually dragged and split the design before. So what we can do is to connect the both designs together, either by joining the lines that were at the edges previously. And as I demonstrate, you can use the brushes that you work with, or you can try to erase part of all of it to create completely new design. Here I'm erasing the lines completely because I want to create a new extra swirl. And I'm going to speed the footage now so you don't have to watch me struggle with all the line work. Once you're happy with how the middle of the canvas looks like, we're going to be repeating the same steps that we have done before. So we're going to duplicate the design layer and then the background layer, and then highlight one of each and drag it this time to the top and the bottom. As you have your snapping turned on, wait until the middle of the canvas that you're dragging aligns with the top and the bottom edge of your design. Now merge the design layers together and the background design together again. Just make sure that you choose the design layer after you merge the background, because at this stage I chose to work on the background layer and then I had to reverse all the progress when I was just about to flip it for the last time. So just something to keep in mind, that you do need to double or even triple check the layers that you're working on. You don't want to be repeating my mistakes. As you work on the middle of the canvas again, make sure that you're happy with your finished product, because we're going to be duplicating the layers and flipping them for the last time. We just have to drag it to the right and left of the canvas again for the last time, and as you can see, the design now aligns apart from the middle, which we still need to fill up. Merge the design and the background layers together, make sure that you chose the design layers to work with, and then let's finalize this. Okay, I'm happy how it turned out. So the last bit that I like to do, you can totally skip it if you want to, is to alpha lock the layer, change the color to white, and then we will draw over the design to change it to the white color. It's just something that I like to do because it gives you a perspective of how the design looks in different colors, and white and black is quite the opposite, so you can see both spectrums. Once that's done, what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy the layer, and then you're gonna go to the brush menu, find textures, and then choose the brush that is called Rosette. And now we're gonna duplicate that one. You can do so by swiping left. And then we're gonna click again to enter the edit menu. In there, find grain, click on edit, and then import and paste. Tap 2 fingers to invert the colors to white. This is your finished brush. As you can see, we can test it here on the right hand side of the window, and even if you lift your pencil, the pattern will still continue the same way. You can adjust the scale, so the size of the brush, how it appears in the menu. And you can test it out on a new layer to see how it turns out. As this brush will only continue and repeat the line art design, you can choose any color that you want to use, so either brighter or darker than the background itself. But the only thing to remember is that when you try to change the size of the brush, it will not increase the size of the pattern itself. It will just increase the area that the brush is covering. To change the size, you have to go back to the edit menu of that brush and change the scale. This way you can see the bigger design, and you can adjust it to your liking at any given point. This is an example of a map I created for one of my favorite books, and I've applied the background of the sea to complement the coastline, and I think it turned out pretty well. And here you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today, and stay tuned as I will be creating new ones to show you how I created those trees. Thank you for watching.